These four things I know are true. Duke Carolina's a nice little rivalry, but not even close to the Yanks and Red Sox. Come on. Maurice Clarett's a specimen, but he's not even close to the best back in the draft. Donald Trump is vicious, but he's not even close to as scary as George Steinbrenner. And I'm Tony Reali. There's only one evil empire.
It's Around the Horn, the show of competitive banter. Here's Tony Reali.
Welcome back to the show where Maurice Clarett was eligible from the day he was born. We're talking Stanford's undefeated run, Kobe ditching the Lakers last night, and an unbelievable snowboarding crash even David Letterman wouldn't show you. We'll do all this with our national panel. Check them out. At the Los Angeles Times, it's Bill Plaschke, the old Plaschke salute. At the Denver Post, looking like the good fellows here, Woody Paige.
Say hello to my little friend.
I don't want to know about that, Woody. At the Chicago Sun-Times, it's Jay Mariotti.
You've done a fine job, Paisan.
Thank you very much.
Might be Lou Gehrig.
Wow, who's Wally Pitt then? At the Boston Globe, it's Michael Smith.
I'll let your boy stat, boy.
How's it going, Michael? We are the show that scores the arguments. Check out the joysticks and mute button. Sorry, Michael. Here's how it goes. I judge these guys on point of view, style, and information. Good answers get 2 points. Great ones 3. And then I use the mute button here to direct traffic and penalize. We eliminate guys, so a one-on-one showdown in the end will determine the winner. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's light this game.
It's the first word.
And the first word is rivalry. It's really better than it was at the Dean Dome last night when #1 Duke drove those 8 miles up the road and went thumbs up with North Carolina. Great game, maybe the best play so far this year, and it went into overtime. And at the end of OT, Rashad McCants tied the game for UNC with a 3. Then Chris Duhon, come on, he's been at Duke since Mike Jaminski won it by going coast to coast and finishing with style. Guys, is Duke-North Carolina basketball the single best rivalry in all of sports? Around the horns of Bill Plaschke.
No, it's not even close. It's a nice little rivalry, but it's only been going on really since Coach K got to Duke. Dodgers-Giants is the best rivalry in the history of sports. It goes back 2,000 games. The teams were just about even. It's a rivalry that broke the color barrier. It's the rivalry that produced a shot heard around the world. And folks remember, Jackie Robinson, the Dodgers got him to beat the Giants. And then when he was traded to the Giants, he retired. He hated them so bad. So it ended Jackie Robinson's career.
You know as well as I do, that rivalry ended when the teams moved to California. There are no rivalries in California. When USC and UCLA played, you wrote about the two schools' bands.
Making it personal. Hold on there, Plaschke.
North Carolina and Duke. You've got the rich school versus the poor school. You've got the private school versus the public school. You've got two great basketball programs separated by only 8 miles.
You have said
and by
nothing,
great
Woody.
coaching staffs. These teams have been playing with one team ranked since 1955. They played 19 times in 18 tournaments. This is the greatest rivalry in the country.
That's a big deal in Carolina, but so is Bojangles Chicken. Come on, it's the Red Sox and the Yankees. It's bigger than ever. This off-season has made it bigger than ever. There's no rivalry that has one-upsmanship like this one. The fans hate each other. 2 major cities with 2 working storylines. An owner who cannot accept losing and another team that can't win. And now the Red Sox have escalated it. They are the favorites this year. It's never been better.
Very well said, Jay.
Thank
I'm telling you. This rivalry doesn't even make my top 10. It's not even the best rivalry in college sports. I take Ohio State, Michigan. I take Army, Navy. I take Auburn, Alabama. I take Cal, Stanford.
Okay, so what is the best rivalry then?
It's obviously the Red Sox, Yankees. I mean, you're talking about 80 years with the team without winning the championship. I'm living it. I'm telling you, it's the best rivalry.
Woody,
How can it be a rivalry when one team never wins? You're talking about Army, Navy. One team steals, the other team's goats. We're talking about 2 teams that play annually in the ACC.
Annually, but baseball plays just about every 19 times the Yankees Red Sox. Go, Plaschke.
Yeah, Woody, this goes right to your point. Dodgers Giants, they played 2,054 games. The Giants have a 26-game edge. That's it. And a man was killed. A man was killed in Dodger Stadium parking lot last summer.
Nobody pays attention to West Coast rivalries. We're in the big part of the country here. The East Coast is what we all focus on. The money being spent by the Red Sox and the Yankees right now puts this argument over the top.
The biggest story this offseason was A-Rod, whether he was going to the Red Sox, what would the Yankees do? And I don't care if you can question whether it's a rivalry because the Yankees always win.
There's nothing like
Woody, it's the most compelling argument in sports. The lead stays the same. The story always changes. We don't know how it's going to get there. It's a great story. Yankees, Red Sox, let's move on. The Maurice Clarett ruling is hot button #1 on sports pages all over the country today. In the Chicago Tribune, Rick Morrissey defends the legal decision, but fears for the winner. Quote, Ray Lewis running full speed and in full lather at a 20-year-old running back might not be the most pleasant image, but legally it happens to be an image that is fair and right. Maurice, you might want to buy a drool rag. It'll go nicely with your first concussion. Oh boy. Guys, is Maurice Clarett wise to go pro? Around the horn, Michael Smith.
I think he is. I mean, who are we to judge whether this is the right decision for him or not? I mean, look, the guy was exceptional at Ohio State for 1 year, although he was injured. It's a free country. Let the guy go and earn a living if that's what he wants to do. Tony, what if somebody told you or I we were too young to do this? I mean, hey, if the guy thinks he's ready, let him go. Let him take his lumps in the NFL, although he will take a lot of them.
You know what, though, Michael? You know this. NFL teams judge players on whether they're emotionally ready. This kid hasn't proven that yet. He's had one big trail of trouble for the last 2 years. If I were Clarett, I would have gone to another school, played football for 2 years, grown up a little, and then I would have been prepared for the National Football League. Right now, I have a feeling he's just going to become this story every week, and he's not going to be ready for the attention he's going to get in the NFL.
Jabroni, you are not Clarett, and you have no talent. You guys don't understand. Let me read. You've never read from the United States Constitution. Let me read you to this amendment. A well-regulated militia. No, that's not it. Congress shall make no law preventing the right to have employment.
Okay, we know where you're going with this. The Constitution. Plaschke, save him,
First, I want to say, Chicago's lucky to have a columnist like Rick Morrissey. Great line, great columnist. And furthermore, Maurice Clarett should not go to the NFL. He's not ready for the NFL. It's not good for the NFL's business. It's not good for him. It's like 12-year-olds want to drive. Do we give him a driver's license? The NFL's got every right to keep him out.
All right,
it's like
Paige.
he wanting a job at Hulu.
Good. Paige, answer him.
It has been proven that the one position that you can go to the pros as a young man is running back. It's all about feel. It's all about talent. He can make
proved that? Who proved that?
Easy. Clinton Portis did this. He's 20 years old, Clinton Portis. He had 1,500 yards his rookie year.
We're not concerned about him physically.
Jay, quickly. The question is now, forget about Clarett. It's about the NFL. Will this hurt the NFL? Please answer Michael Smith. Go.
See, this is why the NHL should put a team in L.A. quickly so Plaschke can get a clue. All right? Let me tell you that first of all. Look, this is not going to hurt the NFL. Let's compare it to basketball here. You
guys don't remember.
Woody, please, let him go, Michael.
Thank you, Tony. You look at the NBA, the reason why so many kids do it is because it's been done successfully before. It's not going to happen in the NFL. It's a bigger physical demand, bigger mental demand.
Tony,
Mariotti, go.
The question is whether it's going to hurt college football is the better question. And the answer is no, because you're not going to see kids leaping straight from high school to the NFL like we see in the NBA. So it won't hurt college football nearly as much as college.
You guys don't remember Cookie Gilchrist, who didn't go to college, and he was the American Football League Rookie of the Year. He made the adjustment. Don't get Clarett.
But Plaschke, please say something.
You forget it's all about business. The NFL wants its people to come in as stars. They don't want a bunch of anonymous kids coming in, which is what's going to happen. And these kids are all going to go to the combine. They're going to be fine. They can't make it. But their colleges, they aren't going to let them back in college. It's going to be too late. This is going to be good for the Arena League.
I think what's going to happen here is the nature of the game is going to take what the courts. The nature of the game is going to run the young kids who can't hang out of the league. If the courts allow them, the nature of the game won't allow them. You heard what the players said. Woody, you heard what the players said about him. They want to knock his head off. Better bring that drool rag. Guys, buy or sell is next.
Coming up, Maurice Clarett's the name you know, but which name will matter on Sunday's next fall? Plus, the #1 reason not to snowboard in Manhattan? You might land on the pavement when you're done flying around. The horn!
Around the Horn, brought to you by McDonald's.
Buy or sell?
Buy or sell time? Let's see what we got. Leading off, Kobe Bryant defied the wishes of Coach Phil Jackson when he did not show up in Philly last night for the Lakers' 23-point loss to the Sixers. Jackson originally wanted Kobe to avoid the taunts of those Philly fans, but later said he wanted Bryant with the team to show support. Do you buy or sell Kobe Bryant helping the Lakers so far this year, boys? Plaschke, go.
I'm selling this. Everything he's done on the court's been overshadowed by the tension he's caused in the locker room. He's changed the way Phil Jackson's coached. He's changed the way Gary Payton has played. He's changed the tension among Karl Malone. It's really been not fair to the other players. I'd sell this.
What do you say, Mr. Woody?
I'm selling this. He's spent most of the season commuting back and forth between California and Colorado. The biggest problem, though, is not Kobe. It's been the injuries that they've had to the other players. Shaquille and Karl Malone.
Mariotti.
No, I'm selling this. This was very symbolic. He should have been with the team. He said he'd be there. He blows it off. You know, Phil has had some challenges in his career with Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. Nothing like this.
Smith, go.
Hey, I'm selling it as well. I mean, they just got the guy back that they really need. That's Shaquille O'Neal. The team's 41-17 when Kobe Bryant has missed games. I was all for him playing before the season. He should have taken a year off in hindsight.
Ironically, also, he's an all-star this year. I'm about done with this Lakers team. I'm tired of waiting for something to happen. I know they don't have a full squad right now, but get him out of here. Moving on. Stanford improved to 19-0 last night with a 30-point win over Arizona State. Hopes of an undefeated regular season may ride on tomorrow's game at Maples Pavilion when the Cardinal hosts number 12 Arizona, whom Stanford already beat, as usual, at Tucson in January. They always win there. Boys, buy or sell Stanford's chances of making the Final Four this year. Woody?
This is a definite buy. This is a road-tested team. They have won 8 games away from home, 6 on the road, 2 on neutral courts. They're ranked number 2 overall in the famous S-curve. They're going to be number 1 Western seed. Yes.
You agree, Mariotti?
No, I don't agree. You know, it's a cool team. They play defense. It's a throwback team, but they don't have a go-to guy. I question their athleticism. You saw last year with Syracuse, Carmelo dominating. They don't have a dominator. I'm going to sell.
So you're selling. Go, Smith.
Hey, I'm selling it too. I don't care who they got playing for them. I mean, this team, this is their MO. Every year they have a great regular season. They contend in the Pac-10 tournament, and then they lose in the first and second round of the NCAA tournament. So.
Sell the. Go,
yeah,
Plaschke.
I'm selling this. You are missing the point. The reason is they have the 99th ranked schedule in the country. They are only 2-0 against teams in the top 25 RPI. I live in the Pac-10. I see the Pac-10. The Pac-10 is really, really down this year. Stanford will be lucky to make the Sweet 16.
You know, they're off for a week after Arizona. Then they go on the road for 5 of 7. Woody, they better be a good road team. They're not going undefeated, though. Moving on. All the talk is about Maurice Clarett being eligible for this year's NFL draft. But most draft geeks don't even have him near the top of the board for running backs. Looking at guys who actually played last year, check out Michigan's Chris Perry, Oregon State's Steven Jackson, and Virginia Tech stud Kevin Jones, who comes out as a junior and looks to be maybe the first running back taken. All right, guys, we'll talk about Jones. Buy or sell Kevin Jones is the best running back in the draft, Mariotti.
I'm going to sell. I like Kevin Jones, but I seem to recall in a holiday blur a game sometime around Christmas. Steven Jackson, 5 touchdowns, size, speed, power. He's the guy.
Smith.
Steven Jackson's coming out of the Pac-10. We all know the Pac-10 was weak last year.
Oh.
The first guy you showed.
USC did win a national championship.
What? Still weak. They're still weak. Hey, Chris Perry's the guy, okay? The guy had a great game against Ohio State. He's the guy out of the Big Ten. Go with Chris Perry.
Plaschke.
You know, Backless Mitchell, we're throwing off the show for saying that. You're right, the Pac-10 was not weak last year. And USC, they'll tell you, the best running back they faced, Steven Jackson. I can't believe Mariotti even saw him play. I saw him several times. He's going to be a stud in the NFL.
Smith may get thrown out. He's got to pick it up. Go, Paige.
I always got to straighten you guys out. I'm selling. It's the wrong Jones. Greg Jones from Florida. This guy's almost 250 pounds.
He's from Florida State. Woody, finish your point, please.
He is from the state of Florida. Hello.
I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten here. Let's get out of here. Move on.
2 yards.
Come on, Woody. Moving on. Don't look now, boys, but we are diving into the depths of February. Last week we had it all. A little football, a little more from Janet. This weekend, buckle up. The NHL All-Star Game, the NFL Pro Bowl, the first round of the Davis Cup, and don't forget about arena football debuting. Does the fun ever start? All right. Do you buy or sell the NHL All-Star Game as a sporting event in which you are least interested this weekend? Michael Smith, go.
Hey, I'm buying it. I mean, you know, look, nobody even watches the NHL right now. They've been overshadowed by the NFL all year. Plus, with all the uncertainty about the labor agreement, the league could fold any day now. Forget about the NHL.
All right, Plaschke.
No, I'm selling this because while I don't understand the NHL, I have no idea what the Davis Cup is. One of you guys tell me who is Davis?
Who is Davis?
Who is Davis? Tell me that.
Paige, go. Woody.
I'm selling. I'd rather read a Mariotti column than watch Davis Cup. I think the National Hockey League All-Star Game is fun. A lot of scoring. That's what we want to see.
All right, Mariotti, go.
Sally, I don't want to agree with Jethro over here, but I have to because they do score. A normal NHL game, nobody scores. At least in this game, they put the rubber in the net.
This is the first round of the Davis Cup. I don't even know how many rounds there are. Hold on, Woody. First round, I don't know how many rounds there are, and who is Davis? Please answer for me. I think they're doing this for next year. Someone's going to have time to watch that Davis Cup. It's you, Michael Smith. Sorry,
you're such a hater.
I am not a hater.
Every time you host this,
you're out of the picture. We'll go out of bounds next. I love you, man.
Coming up, The 85 Bears were painful on video. Remember the shuffle? Would Coach Ditka's boys be any better on the big screen? Plus, turns out that Donald and George are fast friends. Which one would you least like to have bossing you around? Oh, God, is he creepy. It's around the horn. We're after 2 rounds. Here's how they stand. Woody Paige has 23. Bill Plaschke has 28. Jay Mariotti has 26. And Michael Smith was the unlikely victim of age discrimination. And now, it's out of bounds.
It's always interesting with Woody. It's out of bounds where it's all in bounds. Leading off. What's the difference between snowboarding and stupid human tricks? Basically a time slot question. Doing a stunt for David Letterman last night, Tara Dikitis got big air on 57th Street, hit some scaffolding, and fell 25 feet flat on her back on the pavement. The show was canceled. Letterman visited her in the hospital, but she's okay. Guys, are extreme sports more like other sports or more like circus acts? Bill Plaschke?
You know, as much as I'd like to watch them at the Olympics and all this stuff, they're more like circus acts. It's basically the same kids you see hanging around the 7-Eleven and you tell to get out of your way while you're trying to go in and buy some milk through the skateboarding. They've given them a sport. I think if you perform a sport while wearing headphones, if Count Chocolate can be your pregame meal, if your boxer shorts can be out of your pants when you perform the sport, and you just pretty much run and try to kill yourself, that's not a sport.
Okay. You're just an old fart. You don't understand the demographic. Young people, 10 years from now, these are going to be mainstream sports. Have you ever seen skier acts with 6 skiers coming down the mountain at the same time? Moto acts, these are great sports. You laughed at snowboarding until it was in the Olympics, and it became the biggest thing in Nagano.
Yeah, it's in the Olympics. Go, Mariotti.
Plaschke, you're an old man. Woody, you're trying to act like a young guy, 50 years younger than you are. Let me tell you what's going on here. The only time these sports get any attention is when somebody gets hurt. I mean, I would like to like these sports too, but Tony, do we ever talk about the winners and the champions? I don't even know who they are, but we know about this girl. We know about the person who wrecked last week on SportsCenter. That's the problem.
It's all about the agony of defeat, the good video. Did you ever get epic pow? Did you ever jump any? Do you do this, Woody? What are you talking about?
I think it's, of course, I love to snowboard, and I am telling you again that...
You have never, okay, Woody, you have never snowboarded.
Woody, have you ever snowboarded?
Of course I have. I did it a couple weekends ago.
This is an absolute mess. I can't even imagine Woody Paige on the slopes. Let's move on. Disney knows fairy tales, so it's no shocker that the mouse has turned the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team into a movie subtly titled Miracle. It's out today with Kurt Russell playing Herb Brooks. Don't want to spoil the ending, but in the end, we win. All right, guys, what team or player story would you most like to see as a feature film? Jay Mariotti, go.
I want the complete story, the expose on Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And I'm serious. Not a gooey story. I want to know about all the gambling. I want to know about all the scandals behind the scenes, his relationship with the NBA. Did the NBA run him out of the league in 1993? This is the great unwritten story, and nobody's talking about it.
All right, quickly, who's going to play Jordan then? Mariotti, who plays Jordan?
Denzel Washington.
Too old for the role. Go ahead, Woody.
Of course, if it weren't Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, the show that people would really like to see, Super Bowl III, and we'd like to see the extravaganza that featured Joe Namath guaranteeing victory. Now, there's a story we'd like to see, and it ends with him kissing Susie Cole.
Oh, hey now, go ahead, Plaschke.
All right, first off, Mariotti, the only way the Jordan story would work is that if your part was played by Rick Morrissey, we need a legitimate columnist in there.
Who is he?
The 1985 Villanova team is the greatest story not told. A bunch of people, Danny DeVito would play Raleigh Massimino. You'd have Lawrence Fishburne play John Thompson. The team nobody's heard of wins the NCAA title, and then you would carry the story over to what happened later when they all disappeared into anonymity, into cocaine charges. Raleigh Massimino went out to Las Vegas. It's a great story.
Go ahead,
Nobody wants to go see a movie about a team nobody cares about. The New York Jets winning Super Bowl III, that was the greatest miracle in the history of the Super Bowl.
No, Woody, the predominant athlete of our time is Michael Jordan. That's the story people want to see.
How about Buster Douglas? That's a story I want to see. Boxing, nothing translates better to movie than boxing. How about Raging Bull and Rocky? And maybe the Pete Weber story starring Sean Penn? All about bowling. Jay Mariotti, sorry, do you believe in miracles?
Yeah, bring me back.
You don't believe in miracles. Paige and Plaschke and Showdown. Next.
Coming up, say this for Beyonce. She leaves it all on when she shakes it around. The horn! No scandal here.
Showdown time, but first, disembodied voice.
How may I help you?
You ever think of going pro?
I do this for the love of the game, Tony. Lennox Lewis officially retired today at a press conference in London, and the Boston Red Sox signed Trot Nixon to a 3-year deal. Your turn.
Leading off, a battle of the West's best as the Kings host the Spurs on ESPN tonight. The Spurs have won 3 straight and sit 3.5 games out of the top spot in the West. The Kings are winners of 4 straight, and at 34-12 would own the #1 seed if the playoffs started today. So, boys, who will emerge as the Western Conference playoff favorite? Spurs or Kings? 15 seconds. Plaschke, go.
Not only the favorite, this team will win the NBA championship. That's the Sacramento Kings. They've added this year what they didn't have in the past. That's toughness. His name is Brad Miller. Paige is having a career year. As long as they don't play the Lakers in the playoffs, which I don't think they will the way it's turning out, the Kings will go to the NBA championship and win it.
An excellent argument, and I do like the addition of Brad Miller, but let me mention one name. As long as the Spurs have Tim Duncan, you've got to make them the favorite. They're the defending NBA champions. They're going to be on top again. They got 4 All-Stars.
All right,
Tony Parker's having a great year.
Okay, easy there. I'm tired of waiting on the Sacramento Kings. Their jersey should be a bridesmaid dress. What do you get the point? We're going with the Spurs. Moving on. And last night's episode of The Apprentice, Donald Trump brought the winning team of Week 5 to meet the one and only George Steinbrenner at his Yankee Stadium office. Among topics not discussed, Aaron Boone's injury or David Wells' departure. But, guys, which boss would you least want to work for, Trump or Steinbrenner? 15 seconds, would he go?
Obviously, it's Trump. If you worked for George, you'd make a lot of money. You would be playing a game called baseball. Everybody loves to do that. And third, you'd be winning a lot of championships. What do you get if you work for Trump? Bad hair day every day.
No. Woody, I'll tell you what you get if you work for Trump. He owns the Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA pageants.
Oh, wow.
He owns all these buildings all over the place. He's huge compared to George. You work for Steinbrenner, you get fired every 5 minutes. Steinbrenner is small potatoes compared to Donald Trump. I'd rather work for Donald Trump.
Sorry, Plaschke, it's Steinbrenner. You're fired, Plaschke. Woody Paige, 15 seconds, go!
In 1926, the National Football League adopted on this date a rule that prohibited players from playing in the league until their college class graduated. It was a stupid rule then. It's a stupid rule today. The United States District Court has proven that Clarett can play. Thank goodness.
All right, that's going to do it, folks. We're on a 71.5-hour break. See you Monday around the horn.
Reali bites.
Oh, come on, Smith.
Once again.
You're going to let you guys with
You get all the
your own
points you want when the show's over.
No.
All the points you want.